Hello, all you fabulous folks of Florida. Well, get ready to sip on some of the tastiest tea in town as we brew up some adventures here on Spill the Tea. We will have some of the tastiest topics with and about the people and places and things in our backyard. So, grab your favorite mug and come join me, Christy House, and we will sample some of the local brews, hot or iced. So, we're not in our Star Wars gear just yet, but I caught these two to talk to them about what they're doing. Tell us about Storytelling Nights.
Storytelling Nights originally began as a live Dungeons & Dragons stream about 2 years ago. While we were promoting that stream, we actually got reached out to by the library, and they were like, hey, we'd love to have you all come do some type of event here. And normally one of the hardest parts about Dungeons & Dragons and tabletop role-playing games in general is the rule books. There are about 3 of them that are a couple hundred pages big each. And we had the idea, we're like, well, we know that tabletop is really just about sitting around a table with your friends and telling stories, eating snacks, and laughing. And we wanted to make that as accessible as possible to everybody that might want to learn how to play. And that's how we came up with the Heroes Wanted series at the library now, and we've been doing it maybe 2 years. And the whole idea of it is it's open to everybody. Come sit around a table, you get a free dice. We do a very simple adventure, and it just it breaks down the barriers to entry into tabletop gaming.
So what's the average age range that you get, do you think?
It's an average because we literally have 5 and 6 year olds, and we've had 75-year-olds. Mm-hmm. And it truly does kind of span. So I guess our average would be like right around 40, right? Mm-hmm.
It's fun for all ages, as we say.
Probably the highest concentration is like 20 to 35, 40, somewhere in that range. But we do get youngsters. And it's cool because a lot of times the older people are the ones bringing in the young people. And they're going, well, yeah, I used to play this when I was your age. And they're reliving that moment. So it's really nice.
So do you get a lot of people show up in costume?
We started off that way. And the more events we have, the more people we have showing up in costume. We had one family, I never forget how touched we were. It was maybe our 3rd or 4th one, and they'd been to every one. And it was entire family, a dad, his brother, and then his kids. And they were all dressed up, and they were so excited about it. Darian almost teared up on the spot.
It was super sweet. She was really excited because she had wings. And when she walked in, she was like, hey. And I was like, oh, you guys all dressed up? And she spun around and showed me her wings. And you could tell she was proud of her cosplay. I was proud of her.
Well, I'm going to flash your cover on words that you made the cover of the library magazine.
We did. That was one of our original ones, and that was actually one of our founders on there, David Lugo. Originally, him and Ryan Mace were the founders of the Ocalian Nights, and that was the original live stream. So for David to be on there was actually a really good throwback to the origins of Ocalian Nights, which has now become Storytelling Nights, because we kind of want to expand the scope of what we're doing beyond just Ocalia. I think a lot of our personal stories will always, all of our stories for us will always take place in Ocalia, but as we kind of expand the scope and then move into more traditional storytelling rather than collaborative tabletop storytelling, we just kind of want to expand things out a little bit from just Ocalia.
Well, I actually know David through a whole weird variety of circumstances. And
Not shocking.
Most people do somehow.
Yes,
so, yep.
And so I recognized him on the cover, but what I found really interesting in the article was all the things that it says that tabletop gaming teaches. And not just to kids, stuff that grown-ups need to learn this day and age, like critical thinking.
Absolutely.
That would be good.
Absolutely. Problem-solving skills, communication.
Collaboration.
Collaboration.
We, Greg and I actually both got our certification in applied tabletop gaming for that reason. There's an organization called Game to Grow, and they certified both of us. We went through, their courses, and we got our certification in the applications of tabletop gaming, because there are so many therapeutic applications. When you think about, people use it as an outreach for working with veterans, children, and children that are, on the spectrum, and things where you wouldn't think, hey, let's use a game to communicate, because regular sit-down education styles don't work for everyone. I myself am super bodily kinesthetic. You know me. I gotta be moving around or I can't focus. And when you introduce, hey, we can learn math, we can learn those problem-solving skills, we can learn communication, we're doing that creative collaboration, but we can do it in a way that makes it less intimidating and way more fun, it sticks. And it really is a lifelong effect on a lot of these kids. So that was, for me, with my background in elementary education, that was like, let's do it.
Well, and I think too that I can tell you as an actress that sometimes when you're seeking to communicate, a step back makes it easier. When you can be Christy starring as an Amtrak service attendant. Things,
it lets people step outside of themselves.
Exactly.
And we always say, we have a set of rules, which is like, this is a safe space for you to be whoever you want to be. You can be whoever you want to be, so long as you're kind to those people around you. But I think the biggest thing as well is, in a post-pandemic, or very screen-heavy world, it gives us a chance to get back together and sit around a table and sit around a circle and tell some stories, and then you kind of have a neutral arbiter of the dice that kind of sends you in directions that you're not expecting.
So how many times a year do you do this?
Currently, we are set up for quarterly. 4 times a year is what we're doing the program with, but already we've established a training program. We're going to start training up some storytellers, is what we're doing in the second half of 2024 here. So we'll start training up some storytellers. Everything we do is through our nonprofit, Artify Ocala. So we hope to give the more opportunities for people to bring our storytellers in, and just have a stable of storytellers for people to call on.
And the 2024 series of Heroes Wanted, which is the library series of storytelling nights, that is actually, has been funded in part by the Ocala Municipal Arts Commission, OMAC, and by Four Friends, which is, from MCA. So we've gotten really huge support in the community, because they also see the value, and being able to take that and, do the Heroes Wanted series has also opened us up to growing outside of that. I happen to know someone who's going to be in the park with us as part of our Storytelling Nights outreach, where we're not doing a Dungeons and Dragons, we're not at a table, we're actually in the park in Tuscaloosa working with our Rec and Park group to bring that storytelling experience to the general public in a different way. So
welcome our latest storyteller to the Storytelling Nights, Christy House.
Well, let's just say
in a strange turn of events.
Well, let's just say that a personal motto of mine has been, it's not what really happens, it's the story you tell yourself about what happened.
There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you. And so now let's go play some games.
There you go. Roll the dice. Roll the dice.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Roll the dice.
Well, hey, it's Christy House with Spill the Tea, and you're probably wondering my ears. Today we're covering a regular event here in Marion County called Storytelling Nights, where we invite people into different libraries around town, and they teach them how to play Dungeons and Dragons. Well, as you know, this is not something you find in a dungeon, but since it's Star Wars Day, the Storytelling Nights designed all of their stories around the Star Wars universe. Now, it's a role-playing game, Dungeons and Dragons, so they encourage people to dress up. So you'll see different people throughout the day wearing different things. And of course, I came as a Yoda, and when I want to hide, when I want to be more Yoda-like, I can cover up my face and maybe trick people into thinking that I have Jedi powers. Anyway, we've got a bunch of different age groups here today, and old players and new players. And I think, well, it's an interesting way to spend a Saturday afternoon. And we'll keep you posted as we go along on different opportunities maybe for you to come out and give it a try. Storytelling Nights, Marion County, the Star Wars version of Dungeons and Dragons.
Right? Okay. So, let us begin. You are joining the Grand Army of the Republic. The new clone troopers on the assault of the separatist planet Genesis.
Well, we didn't try, we did, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
Okay. I know I looked a little green around the gills, but it's really just Christy here with Spill the Tea. And we have just finished a fascinating round of Dungeons and Dragons, which was my first round since probably the late 80s. So I'm officially a newcomer. And this was the Jedi, one of the Jedi Knights that was on our journey. I don't know your real name. I only know you as Mace.
Oh, I'm Tim.
Hi, Tim.
Yeah.
So is this your first time with Storytelling Nights?
Yes, this is my first time with Storytelling
Well,
Nights.
so what do you think?
I thought it was a lot of fun. I have been playing Dungeons and Dragons a lot for the past 2 years. I'm actually a dungeon master for my own group. I play every Saturday. But this is the first time I played the Star Wars role-playing game. I have heard about it, and I know that they have the rule books over there. Yeah, the dungeon masters here definitely know how to keep the game going, even with new people. In fact, the new people end up doing, I think, the most action. Like I'm sitting there going, I never would have thought of that.
Well, yeah, because of course I hacked a droid and made him pick up rocks. I thought that was pretty darn clever.
Rocco was the best character in that session by far.
You know, I may have to create a character for myself.
Yes.
And I don't know what Rocco would be if he were an actual. Maybe we could move him into the real Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, he
verse.
can. Yeah, there's plenty of options you can.
I'm wondering.
Yeah.
I see Rocco as an archer.
Yeah. But instead he has a sling filled with glowing rocks.
Right. Well, like I say, this is Tim, and we just, honestly, we had a ridiculous amount of fun to have no alcohol involved and no actual physical risk. But you opened the door. You cleaved the door open to the generator, or we would have all been toast.
Right.
So I have to thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
And I hope. Well, I plan to come to a lot more of these, so I hope I'll see you around.
I hope to see you too.
And you know what? We should talk about maybe visiting your home group.
Right.
And having experienced D&D players talk about why they still do it.
Right. I'll have to round them up for that.
Yeah, ask them. Because like I say, it's the kind of thing that I guess, I don't know, regular people. Do we have any regular people that watch? Anyway, that regular people might want to understand what drives adults to come back to a game. And that's not, I don't know, playing Clue at your parents on Thanksgiving or something. Mm-hmm. Well, it's been fun enjoying the day with you.
It was great talking with you as well.
And, you know, I'm a bad penny. You never know where I'll turn up. Thanks, Tim. And thank you. We'll see if we can't find some more folks to talk to about the universe of Star Wars.
Next one is Davis himself. stock balance. Regain his balance. And he's going
The 9, it'll be right by the tail. So you can tell us.
Yeah, you can toss your coin. You can give me the coin.
But yeah,
I do want all your coins.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it.
I want all of it.
All right, 19.
Oh yeah, you ultra sink straight through one, and another one is very much turned only at you now.
Perfect. That's what I wanted. We did it.
Well, something that was really exciting for me is I was not the only newcomer in my adventure. I got to sit next to another newcomer, our soldier, whose character's name was Virgo. So did you have fun?
I had extremely a lot of fun. This was something that I'd never done before.
So what brought you out?
Well, I volunteered here to the library, and so when I came, they told me that you guys were having this event, and I came and just played a game. And it was very different. Don't know too much about Star Wars, but this was something fun for me to learn about it. So I'm glad I joined.
I like Star Wars, but I'm not into all the intricacies like a lot of people were, the details of who the different. But this has made me curious to learn some more about Star Wars.
It really made me curious, because now I'm like, wow, I think I'm going to go watch the movie, because I just skipped through TV when I look at it. But I'm really going to go watch the movie now. I'm maybe one or two, but it was something different and fun, and I really did enjoy it. And I love how everybody was just very welcoming and seeing different characters. So
do you think you'll do it again?
I think I might do it again. It was fun. So definitely.
A nice way to spend an afternoon.
Definitely on a Saturday too. And if you have nothing else to do, this is something fun to do, really. And to keep your mind occupied from anything that just goes on in the world. I'm glad you guys really had this event. So.
Well, thank you. And any excuse to wear a green hat with ears, I think. Next time you'll have to dress up.
Oh, I definitely am. I'm very creative too. Virgo comes with a lot of ideas, so she will definitely be joining again and dressing up in lots of different colors, and that's the theme. So be prepared next time when she comes.
Well, my eyes will be out. My eyes will be out and ready.
That is too cute, and I love the hat.
Thanks for talking to us today.
Thank you guys too for having me. You guys have a great day.
Well, hello. Now we are talking to one of the prime storytellers, because every journey has, in the real D&D thing, what would be called a dungeon master. And Aiden is our dungeon master for one of the tables who had some very successful adventures today, yes?
That is correct. I am a dungeon master. My name's Aiden. I know you just said it. But
Oh, no, go ahead.
I go by she, they pronouns. I am been dungeon mastering for about a year now. It's always just so fun to play. If I can just make people at my table engage and smile and laugh, then my job is complete.
Well, I have to say, I saw them doing all of that at your table. In fact, I'm looking over my shoulder at what's going on at your table. Not to insult my dear friend Alex, but wondering what the hijinks were at your table.
Oh, it was absolutely crazy. There was a lot of things happening. There is even moments as a dungeon master that catches you off guard. Some of this one in particular, there was a lot of moments I was like, wait, what am I supposed to do here?
Well, now, do you think it was the Star Wars thing, or was it?
I think it might have been the Star Wars themed, because I'm used to more of a fantasy kind of setting. I play other systems other than D&D, like a more modern version of D&D, but it's basically this kind of creepypasta sort of thing, but it's a lot more deeper and more complicated than D&D. I'm going on a tangent. It's fine.
No. How'd you get involved with Storytelling Nights?
I got involved way back in December of 2021, and he was running a Christmas adventure where we got to meet Santa, and it was freaking amazing.
Oh, how fun.
It was really fun, yeah. And that was actually one of the first times I've ever played D&D, actually.
Oh, wow, so you rose up through the ranks pretty fast.
Yes, that is true. I've actually did my first Dungeon Mastering game here in Storytelling Nights. I was one of the storytellers was running late, and I was like, and Greg's like, "Hey, can you storytell?" I was like, "Why not? Why not give it a shot?" And ever since then, I have just adored Dungeon Mastering. It is one of my favorite things to do, and creating worlds and building characters. It is my passion.
So if you had to pick one, what would be the life skill that you think playing D&D gives you?
I think it is community. I feel like me as a person being kind of, not to get too personal, but there was a time where I was questioning my own gender and sexuality and stuff like that, and I felt very alone. I felt like I had no one to be around, and D&D made that community and had that connection that I was able to, have with people. It's very important. It's a very important part of my life, and I feel like I wouldn't be the same person without it.
Well, as the mother of a non-binary child, I completely understand, because there was a group that Cal played with in high school that I think made them feel more a part of what was going on.
Yeah, that's the truth. It's you wouldn't think just some game where you just, have fun with your friends and just make stories can make you feel that way. And I'm just so glad that Greg was able to introduce me to that world and make me feel like I belong somewhere.
Well, it was lovely meeting you today, and I will be back to play some more. So
that is great to hear. I cannot wait to have you at my table once more.
Oh, yes. Next time.
Yes.
I'll follow you through the dungeon.
Oh, yes, you will.
Well, thanks, Aiden, for taking a minute to talk to us.
Of course. It is nice to be the center of attention.
Oh, always. Well, you and I have had that conversation about, we're twin stars.
Yes, we are. I definitely need to do some more podcasting stuff. I used to do a small little D&D podcast, but it's been a while, so.
Well, I had someone tell me once that the way you stay safe in the world is nothing gets close to the sun that isn't burning as brightly. So you keep burning brightly, and nothing can get close to you that isn't burning the same way.
Yes, that is, I agree with you on that.
Well, have a wonderful spring equinox.
It is nice. Yes, you as well.
Thanks. Well, we got through the day, and now we're the last people here, and the library is saying time to move on. I had a blast playing at my table with my dungeon master, Alex. I was a smuggler, so I got some interesting powers, and I got to, live in another world for a couple of hours, which is sometimes the best part of Dungeons & Dragons, is getting to create a brand new story for you that takes you outside of the known universe. This was a fun day, and we may have to come back and do this again. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you around, because there's more there's more tea to be spilt here in North Central Florida. Well, I think we can consider that tea spilt. But we'll brew up something new for you next time. So, see you then on Spill the Tea.